HP, 57 attack, 46 speed, 33 defense, 29 res. Guard sword plus pivot, ether, flashing blade 4, close call, attack smoke, fast. Don't block fast speed. You should just take attack speed. Attack speed solo. Why attack speed solo? It's actual speed. With actual attack. You lose 4 speed, but it's actual speed. The thing is, without doubling, right? If you only have 46 speed and you only hit them one time, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. If you don't hit them twice, you don't get the benefits of Flashing Blade. Flashing Blade, 5 extra damage is on both hits. So if you only use fan speed, you only hit them one time, it doesn't really matter. So you got to get both hits, -2, -1, -2, and then Ether's ready for next fight. And I think you got something there if you do it like that. Guard Sword's not the greatest on her, by the way. I'm surprised you're using Guard Sword. Wow, you're actually just straight up using Guard Sword. What are better easy to get swords, chat? I rarely change sword heroes. Wait, she's gonna get her Refine soon. Just wait for her Refine. Yeah, don't worry about changing it. Just wait for a Refine. But with her Refine, she probably wants Nullsea Disrupt, to be honest. Ninja Katana is hard to get. But yeah, Ninja Katana she can pull off with attack speed soul. Just use attack speed soul, please, and give her all the flowers she can take. Yeah. Congratulations. I too have a plus defense Lyon, so I know all about this. Tomo Grado, reposition So, Fortress Defense Res, QR, Rouse Attack Res. You don't really quite need that. Into Mirror Stance too. I get it though. If you have Rouse Attack Res, gives them a better chance of one-shotting bow, dagger, magic, or staff units. And of course, that's pretty good. You can also run TA with Mirror Rouse Attack Res to try and like one-shot them even better. But it would make him a lot more stuck in the role of being against blues and colorless. But still, this is fine. 45 defense, 44 res is really good. With this, your res goes to 50, goes to 54 when attacked. Yeah. Leon's really good because he does quite a bit of damage. Oh, 60 res effectively because of Tomo Grado. Of course, his defense is 51. I like him a lot. Fortress defense res is so hard to argue with. QR is so hard to argue with. So yeah, I think that's definitely what you should do. I'd also go for low attack res and QR seal, but QR seal is kind of hard to spare, right? So yeah, hard to say anything bad. Yeah, this is more focused against range heroes, and he'll definitely do that. You can also consider Nullsea Disruptive QR here as well. But I would say if you don't find yourself using Rouse Attack Res, because if it's for Ether Rates purposes primarily, you're going to want Nullsea Disrupt in QR, and you're going to have buffs from Peony anyways, so I would just run like Attack Smoke or something like that to try and make sure he's guaranteed to be alive. But that's what I would do. Aside from that, it's fine. Like, it's hard to screw up Lyon, and Fortress Defense Res is definitely really good. As long as you use Tomo Grado, Fortress Defense Res, you're pretty good. Soul. If he's only fighting range units, I think he's fine on getting all the kills. Chat, what would you run here? I'm not really sure if he needs more damage, because if it's against, he has advantage against bow, dagger, magic, or staff units anyways, and he already drops their attack res by 6, and then neutral units penalties attack res during combat, so he keeps his buffs. So maybe he doesn't need damage. But Soul doesn't quite work that well, because the expectation is that, I don't know, I guess you keep it as Soul, because they should double him, and then you'll use Soul. I would say it's between Soul and Ether personally as well. So, yeah, either way, it's fine. This is so dumb. I'd rather make it so that he's really hard to kill, because all range attack reduced by 80% is pretty big on the second shot onwards. But if you want to give it up, you can use SD Near Trace. He does move 4 spaces, so with this, he might be able to retreat further. At all times, you get 1 extra movement anyways. So move 4, attack, retreat. Or if you don't use all 4, you could retreat up to like 3 spaces, 2 spaces, or whatever. Like, it's a lot of retreating. Attack defense menace, because you're dropping a penalty on them to get the attack defense catch to work perfectly. Because this has a range of 4 and you move 4, you have a threatening range of 5. Wait a second. Don't you outpace the menace skill? That's kind of detrimental. Wait. 1, 2. No, it matches. Because it's within 4 spaces through their next actions. Because it counts from 1 space away. That's so silly. Yeah, you can run 4 spaces. Wait, Does it outpace or does it not outpace? Yeah, I think it outpaces. Because it's, yeah, what? So let's see. If you're here, say you're at distant defense. 1, 2, 3, 4. You threaten here. And then this would be attack defense menace. However, because he's moving 1 extra space, your threatening range is here. So they have to be within range of him for the attack defense menace to trigger. It's still not bad. Because if it triggers, he can't die physically. Because you drop their attack, increases his defense, drop their defense. You know how it works. So, and it gets attack defense catcher fully trigger. So it's not horrible. I'm not so sure about distant defense 3. I guess you're trying to keep him alive from range attacks, but he has 40% damage reduction anyways. It's really hard to jump a Sigurd because he has so much threat range. So I wouldn't bother with that. You don't have to like fully commit to attacking him. Distant counter works, of course. He's good on both phases. Crusader's Ward versus SD Near Trace. SD Near Trace is good on him if you go for plus speed though. Plus speed, plus 10 with attack speed solo, it works really well. But if at just base, it's just used for retreating function. So I don't really think. So SD Near Trace at plus 10 with plus speed, attack speed solo, and a skill that provides a bit more speed works. Because then he has natural speed. So even if they have Wary or something and breaks his all double, he still doubles them. However, like in a build like this, I wouldn't really bother with it. So personally, I would just not bother with SD Near Trace. I would use Crusader's Ward and like, you know, if it ever comes out, like attack res solo or attack defense solo or something like that. That's what I would rather do. Oh no. Oh man, I'm not a fan of this at all. Fan of speed, I would rather run actual speed, but then he can't make this Wyvern Flight work. All right, so I'll explain this. I do think this Ashnard, when it comes to tanking, is extremely good. However, everything else is so questionable. Mad King Ashnard, Water Bless, interesting. He's a really good Ether Raids hero, both on offense and defense. 49 HP, 59 attack, 27 speed, 44 defense, 40 res. Always go for plus res on him to balance out the defensive bulk. Gurgurant, attack defense -5 on opponents. It's basically a giant attack defense rain. Enhanced attack defense rain. And of course, defense +3, and he doesn't have to worry about arrows. Attack defense rain here again. So attack defense -9 on your opponent. So your defense goes to 53. Your res goes to 49. Wyvern Flight can provide up to 7 less attack and defense on your opponent. However, you got to keep this in mind. Phantom Speed gives you 10 more speed in magically. I don't even like wargaming that way. It's 37 speed. Your opponent can now outspeed you by 10. So from 37 to 47. The reality is just, I still think it's too low. Like if unit speed is over foe speed, they're equal by speed -10. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like it's still too low. It's 47 speed, chat. The other problem is that without QR, without ability to double, you don't get to kill in one shot. Even with attack defense rain, even if we say Wyvern Flight fully triggered, right? 7, 4, 5. In total, you just get 16 more attack. That is not going to get the kill. So it's cool in practice, but you really need QR somewhere. You just don't do enough damage. I think, what, 78 damage? 4, 7, 5, that's 16, 85 damage, 75 damage, yeah. Problem is just the damage output isn't there, so I would absolutely recommend QR. QR somewhere. Distant Ward's interesting. Attack Demon Soul 4, it's not bad, but it's overkill. What is this madness? What is this madness? You try Pegasus Flight when the speed portion is even lower at speed 7. He does have a lot of res, but and then you try Wyvern Flight, man. Attack speed. Just drop QR on him, please. Drop QR on him. Attack defense solo as well. Or if he's next to allies a lot, depending on how you deploy him. Attack defense form is really good. But yeah, please just, like, the flight skills are really cool in concept, but they're so hard to execute. Very few heroes do it well. Just use QR, please. You can also do distant counter QR attack defense rain with Mystic Boost. That also works, but the other options are better. It's just Wyvern Flight, man. It's just This skill needs to lose the speed check. Why the heck is there a speed check? It just really screwed up the entire thing. But yeah. Fortress Defense Res Seal is also really good. You got options, but just QR somewhere and you'll be good. Moose! Green Dual Infantry 4 is not actually bad on her. 47 HP, 54 attack, 43 speed, 27 defense, 31 res. Eye Finger, Reposition Glimmer, Green Dual Infantry 4, Killing Intent, times Pulse Whisperer 2. It's not bad. It's just, I like Flashing Blade 4 a lot because it just makes a lot of sense on her and she comes with it. And I also like Impact on her, Sturdy Impact in particular. Yeah, it's not bad. It's basically the same idea. Glimmer is 1 cooldown now. You attack with Killing Intent working, you attack, and then you attack and they're dead. It's not a bad idea. And this allows her to score well enough to appear in arena. So, yeah, you got the Times Pulse as well, so it's not bad. It's really good foddering, I would say. It doesn't work perfectly. I mean, it might work out for you long term if you plus 10 Thrasir. So, yeah, good luck on plus 10ing Thrasir. But I would say if you're serious about Ether Raid's defense, Impact is definitely better. Neutralize effects that guarantee foes follow-up attacks during combat, but after combat, if you attacked, inflicts attack speed or on your foe ally. It's next action. Yeah. Impact for extra stats and making sure they can't, if they outspeed you, can't double you, I would say. But yeah, it's up to you. I think it's just really good in general. Killing Intent's really good in general. You attack twice first, but yeah, there are a lot of combinations. Dying for her is fine. Times Pulse is pretty good, I would say, for Killing Intent purposes. Because unit can make a fall attack before foe can counterattack. Really good. Anyways, in terms of calc, it's been a while since we calced Thrasir, but attack speed defense res plus 4. This minus 5 res. And this is plus 4. So 9, 13, 67. Speed is 4. 9. Wait, it's 16. 67. 13. What do I do? 4. Okay. 9, 13, 56 speed. Not bad. In terms of defense, 31 and 34 res. Okay, it's good. It's a good Thrasir. Just, I personally like Flashing Blade 4, sturdy impact, a bunch of skills like that. But yeah, this is just plus 2 to all stats, so it's not bad and adds some HP, which is never really bad. You could also try like Times Pulse into Luna or something, right? That would do more. Yeah, I guess it doesn't fit perfectly, but you got options. 40 plus 10, King of Liberation Nemesis. Wow, a plus 10 Nemesis. I'm surprised to see that. Nemesis is one of the really cool heroes and really unique heroes, and in Ether Raid's defense, he's actually surprisingly scary to deal with. I've had my ass kicked by Salt Blue's Nemesis combination. This guy is actually really cool. Why? Dark Creator Sword. During combat, boosts units' attack defense by a number of allies with HP over 9% x2. During units' first combat in player or enemy phase, reduces damage from attacks during combat from AoEs and normal attacks by up to 45%. It's actually ridiculous how much damage you can just sponge up. He's a really good hero. The only problem is that he's 1 BST away from being a very, very good hero. For real. I really feel bad for him because if he had 1 more point of BST, the people who would have plus 10 him would have included me as well. If he could just score 180, he's 169 even with because he has no super boons. But yeah, he's a really cool hero. 49 HP, 61 attack, 28 speed, 46 defense, 39 res. Pretty well min-maxed. Dark Creator Sword, damage reduction, extra attack, and defense makes him really, really solid as a tank, a min-max tank. It's kind of like Killick, except he doesn't have a super boon. In other words. Rupture Sky doesn't counter Wrath, Times Pulse, and Brazen Attack res. It's really scary. Rupture Sky for Dark Creator Sword makes perfect sense. So you Times Pulse drops to 1 to cooldown. You attack him and he just Rupture Skies you. He probably kills you because Wrath, if Wrath is there, extra 10 damage. Rupture Sky is 20% of your attack. If you're Dragon, even worse. And then once you're in Wrath percentage, you're also in Brazen percentage. So he just makes things explode. This is such a good build. It's just, unless you're a big fan of Nemesis, I can't really suggest it. But yeah, Nemesis is actually like secretly a very, very top-notch hero. Just unfortunately, had he scored a bit better, people would have gone for him. He is underrated, that's the point. The condition is a bit unreliable, but in the hands of a player, you'll have it all the time. In the hands of an AI, Depends on the timing. Because if you have a well-guarded healing tower, this is also going to trigger a lot. Nemesis is just scary. I've seen scary ass Nemesises. That's why I really know why this is a serious Nemesis. I love this Nemesis, by the way. It's really good. By the way, his attack goes up to 67 attack, and of course 45% damage reduction with 46 defense and 39 res. Not gonna hurt him. And once he takes a bit more damage, brazen attack res triggers. You're definitely not gonna hurt him because Dark Greater Sword continuously works. It's not just one battle. Next turn he gets to use it again. Oh, distant counter, spurn, tack smoke, speed res souls. Not a bad build on Kris. Of course, keep Blade of Shadow. Of course, keep Noontime. One cooldown Noontime with spurn is perfect. Tack smoke helps you survive longer. And speed res soul patches up his lower res. 35 defense, 35 res with Blade of Shadow. Now becomes attack speed, defense -5 on infliction combat. But 40 defense, 40 res is really good, straight up. And of course, your speed is really good because that's +6, +5. Which takes you to 60 speed. 60 speed is really good. 60 speed, 40 defense, 40 res effectively. And your attack goes up by just 5. So 63 attack, but at least spurn triggers immediately with Noontime. So they attack Kris, he attacks back with Noontime, and he attacks one more time. So 5 extra damage there. So yeah, I like that. 63 damage, and then 68 damage and the healing with Noontime. Really good. With Light Blessing, I can see him sweeping enemy teams. Very simple, concise kit. That's really nice. Really good to have neutralized penalties on unit, inflicts neutralized penalties on unit, because you can just use you can keep your buffs on him pretty easily. With Peony buffing him up, having more attack and more speed, this is definitely a sweeper. I'm surprised we haven't seen more Krises sweeping enemy teams, but then again, Kris is in a very competitive field. He's fighting against, you know, Larcy, Larshell, not Larshell, Larcy, why am I blanking on so many names? There's a lot of competition in the red pool. Violet, for example, as well. Winter Altina is really good as well. Doesn't do speed damage reduction in that case though. It's good fag reposition. So attack defense ideal, law attack defense menace, and attack defense solo. So looks like you guys really like the new Fallen Heroes, right? Looks like you really like new Fallen Heroes, right? So I just talked about attack defense menace, attack res menace. Attack defense menace would be the same idea. I don't really think a hero like Keaton needs it, but I guess sure, why not? Attack defense ideal is really, really good on him though. If unit's HP is 100%, with his defense being as high as it is, having low attack defense and attack defense solo, you might actually take no damage, right? So attack defense +7 at minimum, 51 defense, 54 defense, 57 defense. If this triggers, 63 defense. So I understand from perspective, you might just not take no damage. And of course, if you have attack defense menace, it triggers the second part of ideal for attack defense +2. So in total, it's looking like 9 +3 +6 +6. Yeah, that's a lot because that is 24, 68 defense. Yeah, that's crazy. And of course, by dropping their defense, actually, no, it's more than that. It's 70. Whoopsies. Because you drop their defense and then you increase and you drop their attack. Sorry. You increase your defense, you drop their, yeah. Sorry. It's 12. Okay. 9, 12, 24, 30. It's 74 defense effectively. So take no damage physically. So stay in attack defense ideal really easily. Buff yourself for your, attack and defense really easily. That's kind of insane, actually. If you do it with Ideal and Menace, I think it works really well. Wait, is it 90? Am I doing this? No, that's 9, 3, 12, 24, 30, 74. Oh, the attack is 90 times 2. Yes, the attack is 90 times 2. So yeah, your opponent explodes because they can't handle 90 times 2. 2 brave shots with 90 times 2. That's like effective damage, right? At that point, when you're hitting on 90. Absolutely smash them. And low attack defense, of course, they can't buff for attack and defense. This is actually really, really cool. I appreciate this Keaton build. It's just stupidly overpowered and unnecessary, but it's Velma. If you guys didn't know, Velma's the biggest Keaton fan I've ever known. I'm not going to bother scrolling through all this, but Keaton has all the skills. So nice to see you again, Velma. Once again, you spoil your Keaton with stuff that he doesn't really need.